and this is going to be episode 7.5. And tonight with me, I have on the show, I have Bryce from, darn it, I was going to say Steal the Glory, but you're actually from Phantom Zone. So, Bryce, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I have JP from Steal the Glory. Welcome to the show, JP.
How's it going?
And I have 2K from COC Prodigy. Welcome to the show, COC. Or,
Thanks.
2K.
Yep.
So tonight's show, we're just gonna kind of keep it random. We're gonna keep it loose. And I know Bryce wanted to talk about something, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with him. Bryce, you want to tell us what's going on in Clash with you?
Yeah, I just hit the button and completed up to Town Hall 9 with my mini. And for most people, the mini is their kind of side project, but I kind of got sick of Town Hall 10 and started all over again with all the new update stuff. And so all the Town Hall 9 war stuff is kind of new to me, and I'm just getting into it, so it's pretty exciting.
Cool. So have you got any upgrades, or did it just finish?
Yeah, I am 4 hours away from the lab and spell factory finishing.
Nice.
And then I've got the clan castle going, the dark spell factory going, and 1 camp. So moving along pretty well so far.
Good. So 2K, since you're new to the show, how about you? Where are you at in the game?
Yeah, actually I have 2 accounts. They're both Town Hall 9s. One is, it's pretty well maxed other than cannons. And the other one is just coming up. Jay knows that I pretty much stopped defenses just to keep going on the walls, which are coming along. Not cheap, but both accounts are pretty close together. They're always back-to-back in war, at least when we go on a small war, say 10 to 15. So, but obviously I did that in the beginning just so I could donate to myself mostly, if I needed to. If I had 1 count out of war, I could use that. Maybe it was upgrading a hero, and then I could just use that solely to donate to others, type of thing. So that's at least my background here on my accounts.
Cool. How about you, JP? Anything special going on?
I maxed an X-bow. That's about it. Once you start creeping up on the max 9, it's not a lot of excitement going on. Oh, actually, I put all my red air bombs down today.
Oh, that's cool. That'll help.
I had enough gold set my storages that they all are upgrading identically at the moment.
Nice.
So, what kind of path are you gonna take then, Bryce? Speaking of upgrades, obviously you're just getting started. So, what kind of path are you gonna take? Are you gonna be looking to upgrade a lot of your troops and sit on the defenses, hold off on the defenses for a little bit, and do the whole 8.5, or are you gonna be just building everything up?
I'm going like 8.1, I think, is my plan. I'm just gonna leave everything sit. Like I have 2 wizard towers that aren't even maxed for Town Hall 8, and I'm just gonna leave them. And until I get all of the elixir upgrades done, I'm not gonna drop any of the defenses, and I'll drop the Tesla and the air defense first, and get them leveled up, and then I'll worry about the rest of the stuff. And then as far as troops goes, I think my path is, because the troops is what takes forever, and it's so hard to get started. I think I'm gonna be putting the barbs in first because I think they're gonna be the biggest help in farming, and then I'm gonna go hogs next, so I can kind of be the bottom Town Hall 9 and wrecker of the top 2 Town Hall 8s. I think is kind of where I'll slot in the war and Phantom Zone.
Speaking of 8 point, I guess you could call it. I guess he's probably 8.5 now. Bryce, you need to come check out a guy that's in our clan right now. His name is The Man, and he really is the man. He's an 8.5 with a 22 queen and a 20 king.
Nice.
He sits at the bottom of the Town Hall 9s every single war, and he hits at the top of the 9s every single war, and the guy is a beast.
Yeah,
Does
that's
anybody else?
oh,
It just comes off to me as such patience. And I mean, who has the insight to just upgrade their heroes and not upgrade the temptation to just go to Town Hall 9, just sit there and upgrade? He must raid for D like crazy.
I know I didn't have the patience, so
Oh, it's crazy. When he joined the clan, like whenever they send their applications in online, I saw, like 2020 Heroes, Town Hall 9. And I was like, yeah, come on in. And then we were in our first war, and he said something about his base holding up. So I went to pull up the replay, and I was like, oh my God, dude. What are you doing to your base? And he was like, oh, you didn't know I was at 8.5? I was like, that's not 8.5. He's got like over half of his lava walls done, and every building is still at Town Hall 8 level.
He said, "I'm the man." There you go.
Yeah, that's kind of my plan too. I'm gonna do like Teslas and get those up, and then the traps, and then the air defenses, and all that stuff, and then do the defenses last. Except for cannons, I don't like the gold cannons. I want to get rid of those.
Yeah, those are ugly cannons. I hated those.
I've had the
cannons.
patience with cannons. I don't know where I saw it a long time ago, but it said when you get to Town Hall 9, your cannons are last.
I think that's the. I mean, before you started worrying about war weights, though, they don't have a very high war weight, and I don't know what the bump is. Let's look here, because it goes up 10 for damage per second. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're gonna be attacking you on the ground. It might be hogs, but that golem's definitely gonna be coming in to get your queen. So.
And I think with what is it? There's 5 of them in there.
And they're
Yeah.
the cheapest. They're the
Yeah.
cheapest out of all Ds too. So
well, I know as far as war weights, I think the mortars and the wizard towers are the ones that weigh the heaviest as far as war weight goes, aside from expos, of course.
right.
Yeah, and that's the tough part about a mortar is that okay, I want to upgrade my mortars because that keeps people from barching me, but at the same time, it's killing me on the war map, and I don't think mortars do much to defend a war attack, so they're certainly not going to stop any hogs.
Now, I
No.
think pretty much anything that a level 6 mortar can do, a level 7 can do, at least in war. I mean, it's, it'll one-shot the stuff that it needs and then just constantly, do damage to other stuff. The amount of DPS that it does to troops it doesn't go up that much at all.
Yeah, it's 2, but I've never really the splash damage DPS has never really made sense to me. It always just baffles me.
Yeah, I don't quite understand it myself either. I mean, I understand the concept of it, but I just don't get how it works. All right, so let's see here. So basically, you said you're going to stay 8.1. So, I mean, so you're basically focusing on troops, and all that good stuff. So, is that kind of the opposite way of how your main account went up? Then I mean, are you basically using your main as kind of a template on what you want to do different, or how's that work?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. When I went to Town Hall 9 originally, like, war had just started, and the clan I was in, it was optional. Like, you didn't have to do it if you didn't want to. And so it just took a different path, and I went to Town Hall 10 when my heroes were like 7 and 8 or something ridiculous. And so yeah, just the opposite, focus 100% on offense and, farming troops first, and the hogs is like my one concession so I can war, and then, get everything else up and, max the heroes and max the walls. And
Now, how about you, 2K? How are you going about upgrading all your stuff? You said you have 2 accounts, so how are you doing it?
Yeah. Well, I agree. It was at first it was all offense. It was all troops. War troops are obviously first, but I said to you earlier, I've been ground. I haven't air attacked since I was at Town Hall 8, and even so with my balloons, I wholeheartedly admit that. I watch others' balloons tactics, and I go, I'm not there yet. I've been focusing on, Valks and golems and, witches, and now back to hogs. which is a funny backstory between Jay and I with the
Oh,
hogs.
yeah.
Um, but no, hogs are so effective when used properly, right? And yeah, I'm maxed on both accounts: golems, hogs, valks, wizards, obviously. Just all the hardcore troops. It was offense first, and then um, Jay and I sort of kind of came to the realization that we really need to power up our walls. And at least on my second account, on my second Town Hall 9, I've just slowly, maybe a wizard tower here. I'm on my fourth one, maxing it for that level, and then, but walls, walls, walls. Really, you can't underestimate them, especially with so many people that do go wipe you. So it's been primarily walls. I won't. It used to be, I would do. What are they? Level 10? What is after the lava, Jay? I forget. What do you call them?
After lava or Lego?
Okay, Lego and lava, right?
Yeah, it's
So
9 and then 10. Yeah.
no, so the lava walls, my goal is one a day, and then the Lego it was three a day. But
That's a pretty healthy goal. You must farm quite a bit then.
yeah, that was sort of the trade-off is we were just warring twice a week, and then it would allow you to farm more. So, but of course that's impeded our clan leveling up quicker, right? So, but we're a small clan, and we've always done well as a small clan. And sometimes I like to talk about that too because I go, boy, we recently had this 50 on 50 war, but most of our wars are 10 to 15 all the time. So they're very dialed in, very tuned in.
Well, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little more about your clan? I kind of skipped over that a little bit. I was going to lead into that later, but since you're talking about it, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about your clan?
Right. Yeah, we're about 20 people. They're trusted people. We're not terribly active on the chat line. I mean, it could go a whole day without somebody saying anything, which is amazing to even keep a group there. But it's a bunch of people with jobs. There's a few that we have in school, but they have busy lives. Whatever they they're not probably as dedicated to the game as I'd like to have. So that's been part of my, as a leader of the clan, you'd obviously like to have more dialed in, want to be better players. So I've struggled there. I mean, they're decent. I don't, they're good people. And Jay knows that, I've probably given a little too much love to the people like that, where, they're not diehard players, and I've just struggled to find, just good, reliable, um, co's, leadership that to help recruit and just grow the clan. I've done a poor job at it. I wholeheartedly admit. I mean, I want to be a better player, and I have some players that want to be better players, and then you have the rest. So
It's a difficult thing to. I mean, I'm lucky to be with the Clash Files family, because people come to us, we don't really go looking for anybody, and that's rare in this game.
Yeah.
that's part of why I wanted to come on here, because I already have this big, you know, Clash envy, for STG. I have this big man clan crush, right? I mean, we had this mega war, and I just went, look at these guys. I mean, I was just in awe of how quickly you've built such just a quality group, and not just attackers but people. I mean, my job is to work with people every day that, and it's just these guys come on and into our war, and then all of a sudden it's just wow, look at all these great people, and so it was really great to see that. It really was.
Now, Bryce, you were here early on. How were you doing it before the podcast came out? I mean, how were you guys recruiting, or were you just kind of?
No, Phantom Zone is a child of House of L and House of Zod, so it it never existed without the podcast, and without the original Clash of Clans podcast, I would have never been a clan leader, because I came from the Bad Rabbits, and they had such a presence on the forum, and they were able to recruit, but the leader of that clan, Princess Pants, had to work her butt off to make it happen, and even that, it was still a process of people coming, not working out. The podcast is an amazing filter. I don't know what it is. It's just the people that are that into the game that they're willing to go download this thing and listen to it at work or whatever. You just find the players that you want to play with, and without it, I wouldn't be a clan leader, because it's just too damn much work.
Yeah, when I was in previous clan, we struggled to get people in, and we ended up getting forum posts, putting up forum posts, and then you had your people coming in, and we had a lot of, I guess you could say, bad players come through. So we really had to work on filtering stuff out. So it's a process, and then to keep the good players, it was a whole nother process. So totally understand where you're coming from, 2K.
Frustrating. We're in a war right now, and I'm watching a replay of a guy that learned nothing. There go the Pikas.
You say that, and we joke a lot about the go wipe, but you know what? It is a very fundamental building block of learning the more advanced attacks. If they can get that down, and then just start with sprinkling those couple balloons or hogs down on the back end of it, it can make a world of difference. It can turn a 2-star attack into a 3-star attack. So don't be too disheartened. Maybe they'll pick that up, and maybe that's something they'll start adding in over time.
What we go with in Phantom Zone is participation is mandatory, performance is not.
That's actually valid. I mean, that's one thing about my guys. They will attack twice, and that's all I've ever really asked for. I've been very fair about things and just learn. It's just sometimes I think that they make the same mistakes over and over, and that tends to be a little tedious and frustrating, but...
See me in my undies.
No. All right, so now I lost my train of thought here, so had a little distraction here at the house. So, okay, so all right, Bryce, is there anything else you want to talk about before we jump into JP's little endeavor here?
No. I just I'm sure you'll get to it at the end, but a quick shout out to one of my Town Hall 9, Scabies. He's a co-leader. He 3-starred a Town Hall 10 with Infernos in our last war. So
nice.
Pretty good effort. It was a pretty good attack. So.
All right then. Let's go ahead and great job, Scabies, and let's go ahead and jump into JP. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what happened here?
So what I decided to do, it was actually right after the 2.0 war. Since I've been leading Still the Glory, I can't do walkabouts and stuff, and I had that little fresh breath of freedom for a minute there. So I figured, I'd hop into my old clan and do a war with them. And so I went over there and did a war with them, and then while I was over there, I just got the idea of they've always had these small wars and stuff, and great group of guys. Like 2K said, it's a great group of guys. It's just they've always been kind of a casual clan, and you've got some people that try really hard and it frustrates others. So I was like, what, we'll bring our clan to them. So I came up with the name of the STG Infiltration, and I think they had 20 people in, so we brought 30 people over there to their clan. We had to pull a couple extras just to get the numbers filled up, but went from COC Prodigy doing 10 versus 10, 15 versus 15 to a full-on 50 versus 50 war with all of our guys. It was an absolute blast. I mean, I know 2K said it that he had a lot of fun in it. Like I've had our guys private messaging me like, when are we doing that again? Because that was absolutely a blast.
Yeah, I think a lot of people enjoyed that just from the chats I saw. So I know people are excited to do that.
Oh yeah, and it's something that we'll probably keep doing in the future too. I think even Halligan messaged me today that he stole my idea, and they're going to do that to one of his old clans too.
Nice.
And I think though, really, to be honest, like other than like arranged matchups, that's probably one of the more fun things that we would be able to do in the game. Is because you make all these friends in this game. Even when you leave the clans and stuff, you still have these people that you're usually in contact with and stuff. And it's like, to be able to go back and show like TJ and 2K like the stuff that I've learned, and that. All the people that are doing that stuff with me, like it was fun. It was awesome.
So what did you think of that 2K? I mean, you were kind of sitting back and you got to see us in war prior to that. So what did you think with all these guys that kind of piled into the
I thought in all the time I've been playing this game, it was the coolest thing. It was just the best. I mean, just a bunch of quality people from that clan, and the only thing I felt bad about is we're just on the edge of level 5. So, when you're level 5 plus, you take a little for granted, and you're like, hey, where's my max troop? Well, I'm sorry, we're just a 4 over here, so I can't help you out. So they had to kind of jump back a little back and forth a little bit, but. Now here's the coolest thing that I think I took away from it, and I said this to my guys. I said, guys, you go into this going, you go for the 2-star attack, hoping for the 3. And what these guys just showed you is they're going for the 3-star attack, and at worst, they come out with a 2. And there were so many 3-star attacks, and we spoke about this earlier. The destruction, the overall destruction with a 50 clan was 97.10%. And I don't care who you are. That's phenomenal. I mean, there was attacks there that were so masterful. I have watched the replays so many times, and I'm glad that things were recorded and displayed, I think, on YouTube and other spots. It bested anything that I've seen on YouTube next to, say, other credible clan recorded attacks. I'll let you guys mention the ones that you know, but I mean, in my mind, they were amongst the elite that I've seen, all coming from STG. So it was just over and beyond anything I ever expected. It was just great.
Well, I know me and Jay have kind of talked a couple times, and we've got some guys that have made us go in the clan going, whoa, I can't believe he just did that.
Oh yeah, like Fred, for instance, that guy is an animal. Like he does stuff every war, and I've kind of found myself like he's got a little bit lower level heroes and a couple lower level troops than I do, and if I see that guy go in with a high 90% attack, he just planned my attack for me. My cleanup. Like I'm just going after that dude.
Yeah, that Fred's the one that put those healers on the golem that we were talking about.
Oh yeah, he did that, and then that same war without a king, I think it was like a high 80% 2-star on a Town Hall 10 with just his queen. He did not have a king in that attack.
Craziness.
Yeah, it was crazy, and like I tried to copy that one too, and like I said, I'm not great at balloons at all, so I obviously screwed it up.
So, 2K, what kind of things have you been trying to do a little different, or if you changed since the war? Anything? I mean, has anything changed over there? I mean, I know you said you guys are more of a casual clan.
Yeah, it's funny. Every year I have this tropical party, right? And so I provide all tropical drinks for guests and whatnot. And oh, the running joke is always add more rum, add more rum. Well, add more hogs. So, yeah, it's funny too because I've always been trying to find a way to get more wizards in my attack, more wizards, and now I'm going. After what I saw with this war with STG, I'm backing it down. I'm going. I'm trying to take just 9 wizards with me, so I can allow for more hogs, more valks, more more of this. The these troops to get into the town hall, so I can unleash the hogs, type of thing. I've always been a fan of the hogs, and yeah, it's just now it's add more hogs. That's it.
Now, how about you, Bryce? You said Scabies just had a really, really nice attack, and so what about you over there? What are you seeing over there?
Yeah, these guys all do different stuff. I'm like the worst like war guy in the world. Like I right before I shut everything down to max out my to max out my dark elixir and all that stuff. I've been out of wars for a couple of weeks now, but I actually had a decent level 4 hog attack when I'm still at Town Hall 8 with some back end balloons. So that was pretty cool. That went pretty well. And but yeah, we're trying to work on getting our top 9s to 2-star the 10s, and then allowing our 1 or 2 10s to drop down and regulate on the top 9s that can be pretty hard to 3-star. So we've been working on that a little bit.
Yeah, that's actually something we're starting to try to work on in Still the Glory too, is setting some 9s up to hit the 10s, which we haven't really been in that many wars where it's necessary. So we're kind of just been doing it like just to practice, like, just go ahead and just give it a shot and see if you can do it.
Yeah, because it seems like we've got our top 2. Usually our top 2 Town Hall 10s usually we get it like 4 Town Hall 10s or something like that, where the top 2 can take care of pretty much everything, and the other 2 guys can go down and work on cleanup.
Yeah, we will draw Town Hall 10s without having a Town Hall 10 in the war, because we have this big group of like 120 plus Town Hall 9s.
Yeah, but don't you have that one guy that I can't think of his name off the top of my head that loves to go up and hit the 10s anyway, a Town Hall 9?
Yeah, Boston Beatdown. I'm actually watching his replay right now. He's just
That's
it's
an
like
awesome name.
Yeah, it is. It's good. It's he's just doing a basic go wipe, some earthquake, a few witches, and it's not a great Town Hall 10. The Inferno placement's really stupid. The Infernos are back behind the Town Hall. But he's still 2-starred. Not even their bottom Town Hall 10. They're second to bottom Town Hall 10. So
now, 2K, what kind of attacks were you guys doing? I mean, you kind of said about the go wipe and guys not learning and stuff. Were you guys using earthquake, or were you just going with jumps, or wall breaking in, or how were you guys?
Right. I've been. I've had I've had good 80s, 80%, 90% go wee wee strategies in place for a while. So I know I can 2-star my opposite every time. I know it. That's not a problem. That's why I was talking to you about, going for the 3-star rather than the 2-star, hoping for the 3-star. And then you attack a smaller base, which you could 3-star with that strategy. So again, just this last war alone is just maybe just go back right out of the. Now I'll take maybe 1 witch or whatever. The other guys, they haven't done the go wee wee. They all do the go wipe. I mean, and we're talking lower level Town Hall 9s and Town Hall 8, so I'm forgiving of that attack. What my guys are bad at is funneling troops. I mean, man, learn how to keep the Pikas going directionally on the inside of the base. I don't care if one goes astray, type of thing, but when 3 Pikas go to the outside of the base, you got nothing moving in, and then they look for other things to blame. So anyway, I was just really hoping that they would learn from this SDG. There's just so much ammunition to look at, and But Go Wee Wee is the short answer to what I've been attacking with. It was normally 3 golems, 4 witches, the rest wall breaker wizards. So
Okay.
I really think wouldn't it probably Go Wee Wee is probably what started like the big hog attacks and stuff is, you know, because most of your hog attacks start off with your tanks and then like, you know, just clear, then you just sprinkle in hogs to clear defenses on the backside, and it's kind of transitioned, like, you know, fewer witches, fewer wizards into more hogs.
Yeah, you can see 2 to 3 witches on a kill squad, you
Yeah.
know, and not be too uncommon.
and I'm glad you mentioned the term kill squad, because I've never seen that before. It was like, hey, let's send we're gonna send in our heavy troops and a few wizard or witches or Valks or whatever, and then we're just gonna get these guys to the town hall, and we're gonna clear that, and then they're gonna get on a little bit on the backside, and then unleash either the hogs or the balloons. That's what stuck with me. It was like going, hey, let's get in there, and then you just unleash troops on the backsides. That was the key to all the 3-star attacks that I noticed. It was all themed that way, at least on the Town Hall 9s. It didn't matter if it was by air balloon or if it was by hogs. The purpose was the same: was get kill squad into the town hall, bang, unleash the back end troops. Am I right on that, Jay? I mean, confirm that for me. This is just my observation.
I mean, well, your main goal with the kill squad is to funnel in your king, you know, your queen, obviously, and a couple golems, or you know, sometimes 3, sometimes 2, sometimes 1. But your main focus with that is to get rid of the queen, because the queen is really the, you know, she's like the highest DPS building on the map. Plus, she can move around, so that makes her just extremely deadly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's your goal with the kill squads: get in, get her taken care of, and then, you know, like when you're using hogs, you want to kind of look for an entrance that's going to, you know, possibly take out a double giant bomb spot. You know, like your golems are going to walk over it or whatever it may be. But yeah, kill squad is get your clan castle taken care of, get the queen taken care of, and then, you know, typically it kind of opens the base up to where your hogs are going to path certain ways. You know, like if you've taken out a quarter of the base in one area, then you know that area is going to be gone, so you don't have to worry about, you know, your hogs going there after that. So, you know, that's your whole goal with the kill squad. If you're using Valks, it's the same thing. You're wanting to take care of like if you're using Valks and loons or your kill squad, your goal is to get rid of, you know, air defenses and stuff like that. That's going to kill the main part of your attack. So that'd be, you know, be like the queen, air defenses, you know, stuff like that, and then you send the main part of your attack.
The way I felt about that was it's so forgiving by doing that, because you will have a 2-star guaranteed. There is no doubt, but you're going for the 3-star.
Well, we get a lot of 1-stars too.
Yeah,
Do you really?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I had an attack earlier tonight to where nothing funneled like I had planned it, and man, did I go over it in my head 100 times over, and I knew if I didn't get those Valks to go up the corner, they're just gonna go along the side, and they sure did. And so did the golems, and everything's just going to out of whack. But I ended up with it. I got the 2-star, and it was a solid 2-star. I was still frustrated.
Yeah. Typically on ours, if it's not a 3, it's a 1. Like if you get the 2, you kind of got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what I find a lot when I do Shattered Golaloon or something. I basically, it seems like it's either a 1-star or 3-star. It doesn't seem like I get that 2-star very often.
Yeah, and that's the problem with using troops that target defenses. Is they target defenses, and then by the time those are all gone, they're all on the outside, and the town hall, you know, depending on what type of clan you're against, is dead center in the base. So that's the last place they're going.
Yeah, again, that's why you say we take that kill squad right in there. And then, like you said, hey, we've got one corner taken care of. bang. You know,
Yeah,
and just
on
put
some of
those
those
back end
heavy,
troops
on
on
some of those heavy bases though, when you send your kill squad in, like they're usually gonna die. You know, if you keep them alive, or
Right.
you at least keep the queen alive, then you know that's awesome. But you know, typically they're dead before or dying while you're starting your main attack.
Now, Bryce, what do you find? I know you said you just got up there, and you said you were doing hog attacks with your grease monkey. How are you normally hitting?
Just with only 200 camp spaces, I mean, just 28 hogs, and then something to kill the CC, and I was having pretty good success with it. And then the update came with the level 5 dragons and the balloon, and then it all went to hell from there. So I mostly find myself looking at the screen going, man, it's a good solid 28%. That's upsetting.
Mm.
I get that a lot at Town Hall 10. It's like, oh my god, I'm surprised Jay hasn't kicked me yet.
And it's funny too
Nah,
because
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you could. You're the leader.
Yeah, that's true.
actually he actually can do that. But it's funny because I spent the end of the last days of Town Hall 8, and I actually ended up, the Gem Fairy helped me out a little bit finishing my Town Hall because I had maxed my elixir and dark elixir out and everything, but I just took 6 wall breakers, 44 barbs, and some barbs and 100 archers, whatever that works out to. And I spent, hit these same bases over and over again, looking for 600 or 700 dark elixir. And I can get the funnel perfect, and I can get it right in there and get the dark elixir with this light little army that's cheap. And I'm like, why in the hell can't I funnel like this in a war attack? It's the exact same concept. It's exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting rid of all of the buildings and putting them exactly where I want and focusing it right towards the dark elixir. Why can't I do this when it counts?
I think with that is it like when you're in war, like if you're funneling with barbs and archers and stuff, you've got like a ton of troops to do that with. When you're doing it in war, you're typically using, maybe 4, 5, 6 wizards.
Right.
So like even in this war that we're just in right now, like I missed, like I dropped a 2 wizards on a elixir collector. And then, I dropped them and then looked somewhere else, and I didn't even notice that a wizard was popping them. And then, when I looked down, that thing was still standing there, and I was like, crap, my wizards weren't there. So it can be little things like that, But, yeah, funneling is it's the same in any attack you do. Every single attack, you're funneling troops. But I think, that's, war attacks, you're just using, a little bit fewer troops to funnel. So there's more room for error whenever you're doing it like that.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Because I spent some time here recently. I'm back in Phantom Zone. I spent some time recently working on the transition from one leader to the other in Phantom Zone 2, and was actually doing some dragon attacks as a pretty late Town Hall 8, which was kind of fun. So
I suck with dragons. I've never been good with dragons at all, even at Town Hall 8.
The key to dragons is picking an easy base and attacking early.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 2K, did JP show you about Skitch and all that, and how drawing up an attack can actually help show you off?
Yeah. Skitch is great. As a matter of fact, it's funny that you're saying that, because I'm looking at a base right now that one of our guys did not do well on. And so I know this will be my responsibility tomorrow. And I thought about sending this to Jay because it was very much a diamond-shaped base where I could see that I know where the bombs are at. It looks very hog-friendly. But I'm looking for a direction to get my kill squad in there. So I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to use a line app here to snapshot this and have Jay kind of return it back to me using that.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah, it just...
Because that was one of the things when I finally got into a war clan and they started using stuff like that. It really helped me a lot with pathing and stuff between hogs and loons. So, you can kind of go look at it when you see where they're going to go next and go, oh, okay, well, they're closer to this now, so they're going to go this way. And it kind of gives you an idea to where everything's going to go.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, man, it's so important in this game is pathing and funneling. Man.
And you just thought it was a mobile app.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though too is this last war with STG, so many people just went right from the corner, and I was really impressed by that. With a go wipe strategy, a lot of times successful go wee wee, you just come completely in from the side. You clear the one side and then just unleash up the middle of the side. But everybody just masterfully took on these corners, and I thought, wow, that was good to see that. They weren't worried about splitting troops down the side, and they didn't either. I mean, every one of them got troops right down the middle, right in the corner. I was impressed.
Well, typically when you go from a corner on just like a kill squad, you're using just so few troops that they're not really going to split because you don't have. If you start dumping witches and stuff, it's really you got to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing with it is just being patient. Because I know, like, I used to be a go wiper. 2K seen me do go wipes a million times. But on those attacks, it was more of just like drop your golems, spread your wizards out, wall breakers in, and then P.E.K.K.A.s. But when you're funneling troops like that, for your kill squad and stuff, it's like golems down, couple wizards, and then wait. And you've got to wait and wait and wait and wait, and hope that your golems aren't taking on just way too much damage, and then go from there. But yeah, it's a big time like timing issue on funneling stuff from like the corner to make them not go where they're not supposed to go. Because I've always thought it was funny whenever people would come back from an attack and be like, stupid P.E.K.K.A.s walked around the base. It's like, yeah, you sent them around the base.
or the king walked on me, which I've had that happen a couple times, but it was just because I waited too long and dropped him a bit late, and the next closest thing was around the corner. So
yeah, and that's happened to me too. It's like your funnel is crazy wide, but it was too wide. You let it work too much. So once you sent your king in, the stuff that's right there that should be right there in that corner is gone.
Yeah.
That's a goofy part of his algorithm because you look at it and you're like, yeah, he's still going to go in there. He's going to walk straight in there and start hitting some important. Oh, nope. He's going to that builder's hut that's 40 squares away. Okay. Awesome. That's going to be super helpful.
Oh, yeah. That's frustrating.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing with doing like a hog attack or that stuff is like, if you've got three wall breakers in your camp and a mortar hits them, it's like almost like raid over.
Yep.
Like you could have the best plan in the world, but if that one little part doesn't work, the raid's over.
Yeah.
Or the wall breakers walk around the corner into the range of the wizard tower. Wizard tower takes all three of them out.
Yeah, and that's something that I think Jake talked about on his last Coffee and Clash. And I think this would be a brilliant idea, as if like once you select your wall breakers, if you could select the wall that you want them to go to, and they just go straight at that wall.
I'd be happy if they just went straight again.
Yeah. See, I didn't ever play the game when they went straight. I just they wall breakers always kind of did their own thing when you dropped them, but I think that would be like a great thing if you could like if you select a wall, they go to that wall. But we'll see. I don't know.
The one nice thing about attacking corners is if you put a golem on either side of the corner, then wall breakers kind of get to do their own thing at the point.
Yeah, when there's a point, it's a little bit different than if there's a flat side. They'll kind of,
right.
They'll kind of run around if there's a flat side. But yeah, if there's a point, you pretty much know where they're going to go.
Yep.
But it's still like if there's a mortar splashing down, Or if you put a golem in the wrong spot and there's that corner's sitting there getting hit with a wizard tower, wall breaker fail, raid over.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I was
why.
telling you.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying earlier on my attack where I thought I had everything planned. Yes, I lost my wall breakers and a golem just stayed on the outside. And the queen saved the attack, you know, to get to the town hall and to get the 2-star with the hogs. But I thought I had it all planned out, and then wall breakers down.
Yeah, I try avoiding using wall breakers if at all possible. I'll try throwing down a jump spell at just the right spot and try getting past 2 walls or something if I can.
Oh, I've
I
almost
thought
gotten
about-
to the point. I've almost gotten to the point where I'm going to throw down 4 quake spells. If it'll save me from taking wall breakers, yeah, I'll do that. I'll waste the spell space for that.
And people need to know the 4 quake spells too. I mean, really, they need to know it. I can't tell you. I've just watched 2 attack segments and guys use 1 quake spell, and I'm just hammering on my iPad, going, "Stop it!"
Well, I know
Just use-
for Town
That's why I
Hall
always
10s,
use
though,
rage. If I'm gonna use
Town Hall
1,
10
it's either rage or poison.
Yeah, Town Hall 10s though, the 1 quake is actually beneficial to take because how much?
Really?
What is a percentage that it takes down?
A max quake will take down 25%.
So yeah, like if you're just going for a 2-star on a like a Town Hall 10, if you drop a quake and it can hit, you know, the 2 infernos and the Town Hall, that's 25% taken off of it. So you know, once they get in there, they're
That's a
already
great point.
weakened.
That's a great point for Town Hall 10.
Was that a hint, Jay, that I need to start taking a quake?
No, maybe no. It's a good idea, but I've never actually. I never seen you use one. I didn't even think of any of your attacks whenever I saw it. I know that I forget. I was trying an attack on a Town Hall 10, and that's what someone told me to do, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Instead of taking a poison, just go ahead and do that because my kill squad was going to get the Clan Castle troops, no problem. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. There's no reason to take a poison spell on that.
Yeah, that's one thing I do need to start doing is, because I always forget to drop the poison spell just because it's always a dragon and a loon. So, you know, coming out. So it's like, I really don't need the poison spell.
Well, depending on
That's
the
a
base,
great-
though. Depending on the base, though, like for instance, in the CLC Prodigy War, my cleanup attack, Fred hit it first, I think. It was a queen walk, but it was you know, all the credit was given to him on that attack. He laid out the plan perfectly, but the poison spell works on that situation because I was able to clear out a couple defenses and send the 2 hogs in to get the Clan Castle pool. And as soon as those hogs went down and then retargeted the queen, you can drop that poison spell just to slow them down enough and just do that little bit of damage that, you know, ramps up over time, and then rage her. And you know, it keeps the balloons away, especially if there's balloons in the Clan Castle. It'll keep them away from her forever and give her time to shoot those down like it's nothing. Because if those get on top of her, it could be a really bad story.
Yeah. And I saw somebody attacking Steal the Glory, and every time they do it, and I just think it's so cool, is they drop down a couple barbs for the dragon to lock onto, and then they drop like 3 wizards, and they just keep dropping like 1 barb, just 1 barb, 1 barb,
Yeah.
and that dragon keeps locking onto the 1 barb, and the wizards are just taking it out, and I'm like, man, I really need to learn how to do that.
Yeah, I still think that my favorite Clan Castle, the way to take care of a Clan Castle is the Hound. If you can pull it and then throw in that healer on the 2 archers,
Yeah.
it's so funny to me. I actually did that in a war with Prodigy, and it failed because I panicked and dropped like 4 archers, and it took the Hound out too early, and then like all those freaking pups just zeroed in on my hogs and like took every one of them out.
Oh, man. So, 2K, why don't you tell everybody about your clan? That way people can uh, check your clan out if you want. That way it's out there.
You know, yeah, no, I appreciate that. You know, sometimes I think, what is the direction of my clan, right? I'd like to have some sort of purpose. You know, of course I don't want to win wars, but I want people to get better. Maybe there's a greater spot for them to go. I like this clan sharing thing. I have no problem. You know, there's we're not as good as STG. Um, you know, sometimes I think I want to get rid of my clan and go to STG, and I'm not good enough. But all these ideas are all valid and they're all on the table, and I think, well, hey, maybe we could be some sort of feeder clan for other clans. You know, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can work with them to better, you know, teach them and address players and show them what's right and what's wrong. And, you know, they're only there if that's what they want. um, because really, let's face it, we're all in this, you know, that's what a clan is. We're all in it together. It's a collective effort. You know, some are farming, some are war. I've always wanted to be a war clan to some degree. You know, I don't need a war always, but I want us to be good and I want us to try and learn. And I don't know. Will I get more members out of it? Funny, I had a guy try to apply today with like 500 war stars. And he came during war. I had to reject him. Dang it.
Spy.
I don't like to, yeah, I know. I don't like to give him that guy a chance. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and it's been talked about a lot on podcasts too. Is you know, like it's always out there to, like, you know, close your clan and stuff like that. But if you're a clan like Prodigy, you can't close your clan
No.
24/7. You know, you just can't do it. You know, in a perfect world, you could, and then, you know, you have applications coming in through the website and stuff like that. But you've got to have something that, like, that people know about you. You know, and that's kind of like with us, like, we've got the podcast, and, you know, we do have the website and stuff. So, you know, we can close the
Right.
clan if we want to, but we're still going to have people coming in.
Now,
But you know, like,
oh, go ahead.
no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, 2K, have you thought about using the forums to help promote your clan a little bit?
Yeah, we've got I put together a Facebook page which has been there for some time. You know, it's very simplistic. You know, I've got likes on it. I've shared videos on it. I don't know how many people see it. I'm sharing these though. Like the attack with STG that was posted to YouTube. I posted that on there. So, yeah, I want to do more of that for sure.
That's really good. Yeah, I really totally can relate to clans that don't have the media presence like we do. You know, and that's one of the things I'm trying to do with my stream and stuff, is trying to get more people aware of some of the other stuff that's out there, you know, because, you know, you kind of get focused in on just one thing and then you don't realize how much bigger the community is, you know, because, like, I mean, we're pretty war focused here in Steal the Glory and stuff, and we kind of focus on that, and then we kind of forget about, you know, what it was like to be, you know, the farming clan or the, you know, stuff like that. We kind of, you know, you kind of focus in on one thing, or, you know, we get focused in on modding, or we get focused in on, you know, different stuff, and it's just, you gotta kind of keep a big picture on it, you know.
Oh, I still remember the days in Prodigy. What was it, on Tuesdays, 2K, that was recruiting day, and every one of us just went on global.
Oh man, I remember those days.
There'd be about like 10 of us or so just on global, just like, you know, hey, like, talking to people, like, what do you like to do? What do you you want to come join our clan, this and that, and we'd have people just flooding in, and then like after the end of the war, there was about maybe one person that would stick around for another war after that one.
Oh
and
man,
gone.
terrible, terrible, just a terrible crapshoot, that whole thing. You know, and I don't know. Is that all I've ever said is, hey, you know, look, Supercell, create an adult, line, right? An adult chat. I don't know how difficult that is for them, but what a game changer. I mean, man, keep the keep the young ones where they need to be, and because I don't know how to even do it, separating a chat type of thing, but I don't know what their future brings. I'm not sure what they're working on.
I think in the game I've had one success with the global, and he's still in Kent Farmhouse, Swoop.
Hmm.
I went on global one day, just like chatting with people and stuff, and he recognized my name, and that's when I was still over in Kent Farmhouse, and he said something about the podcast, and I was like, "Oh, you listen to the podcast?" He was like, "Yeah." And he was like, it's like, "Well, why don't you join up?" And he goes, it's like, if you know the password, you can join up. And he's like, "Does it start with a B?" And I was like, "Absolutely." He's still over in Kent Farmhouse. Still, he's like super active on GroupMe. He's the guy, like, he shares pictures over in Africa. He's in Africa right now doing stuff. And I'll always go over and check, make sure that he's still in the clan. And I just think it's awesome that, like, I actually found the guy from Global that's like a super quality guy.
Another one that's really good from Global that they picked up on Global was Eye of Mordor, or Gwen.
Did they find her in Global?
Yeah, they found her on Global.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love her. She's crazy active on all levels.
Yeah, and she's cool as hell. I've talked to her a couple times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then there was maybe it might have been one of the first ones was Urban Meyer, and I think he's moved on to a clan with his son now. But he was like a Town Hall 6, and he pushed like for 6 hours to get up to the trophy requirements, and like begged and pleaded to come in, and Natalia let him in, and he was a member for several months.
Yeah, he was in there whenever I was in there. She said something like maybe a month ago about missing that guy. It's like, yeah, I kind of missed him too.
One thing you might want to look into, 2K, is your forum posts, and you have your Facebook page and all that stuff, is getting a password like we have, and then if your 500 Warstar guy finds you from your Facebook page, then you can let him in whenever, because he's not he's legit and he's looking for a new clan. That might be something to think about.
Wait, say that again?
A password like we have. Just, put something on the Facebook page. Say, my password is Golden Retriever or whatever.
Oh,
and then,
that way when they come into my clan, they can say, hey, okay, yeah.
Yeah, say that
Yeah,
I found you on the forums, and
like if they
Right.
watch you, if they like, for instance, if they watch the Steal the Glory infiltration thing that you posted on YouTube, just say, maybe in the comments, if you want to join, just request with STG infiltration, and you know exactly where they're coming from.
I like it.
so any of you that want to check out COC Prodigy, make sure you tell them that you saw him on the Steal the Glory infiltration, and you can check out that clan. All right, guys. You guys got anything else you want to talk about, or? 'Cause I'm pretty much out of ideas, so.
Say that's good for a session.
yeah, if I could just have a minute for a little Phantom Zone news, that would be
awesome.
Leroy has just taken over the reins in Phantom Zone 2, and I've headed on back to Phantom Zone. I'm going to let him drive the bus without anybody looking over his shoulder. So congratulations to him, and and then things are just clicking along. If you're looking for a relaxed, laid back clan that's a little more focused on just being the social aspect of stuff, hit us up in Phantom Zone, and as anything else I believe or fits, we'll get you in.
Awesome, and congratulations to Leroy. How about you, JP? You got anything from Steal the Glory?
No, I just really want to say to all the guys in Steal the Glory, like when we first started, it was a struggle. Like you mentioned earlier, there was that little bit of streak where we didn't really have good luck there. But I think over the last month or so, like the guys have just really, really, really started to click. and things have been changing a lot. Like, you know, just the involvement that everybody's doing. There's been a lot more activity on TeamSpeak, like people getting on there, planning stuff out. How About a We is one of our newer members, and that guy is just amazing. He helps every single person as much as he possibly can. He's been doing stuff on Camcord, you know, showing, you know, doing that kind of stuff. That's been awesome. That's actually something that I wanted to mention too. With you know, like for 2K is you know, just different media outlets that they probably saw too during that war that we did with them. Is, you know, he downloaded Camcord and was watching Wee's live stream while he was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually caught a little bit of that. He was doing a really good job with that. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I love that dude. And then, like I said, just all the guys in Still the Glory, they're doing an awesome job. And sometimes I don't think I'm good enough to be in that clan, to be honest. Just the quality of people that's in there, you know, like I'm constantly learning stuff, like every single war and every single attack that happens from all those guys. So
yeah, don't let him fool you there, guys. JP is really solid with the hogs, and he kicks some ass. So don't let him fool you with that.
You're welcome.
No, but really, I'm being serious though. Like I appreciate every single person that's in Still the Glory. I really do. Like, they're really awesome guys.
How about you, 2K? You got anything aside from the infiltration that's been going on in your clan that you really want to shout out?
Well, our guys have learned nothing so far that I've seen. And I really appreciate all the STG guys too.
You know what?
Gosh.
It's not a one-time deal that, you know, your guys are gonna it's just gonna click with your guys. You know, you gotta let them experiment a little. So
yeah, that's gonna be the tough thing is, you know, because I even saw it in the chat a couple times where somebody would fail an attack and say, you know, they're going back to their old attack. You know, if you don't try those attacks, you don't try that stuff, you're not gonna learn it. Like you're not. You know, it takes a lot of time on, you know, watching YouTube videos, seeing other stuff, and that's I've encouraged your guys too, 2K. You know, if y'all want to send someone over to us every now and then just for a war, just to see some stuff or get some practice attacks in or whatever it is, you know, y'all are more than welcome.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that too. I do.
cool.
It's one thing I am. It's patience. It's all about patience.
Yep, and that's the thing. You know, you gotta fail a few times before you're gonna get that 3-star. You know, you might get lucky once or twice, but you know, you gotta. I can't tell you how many times I failed when I was learning Golaloon, and now it's pretty much my go-to attack. So.
Oh, I say to my guy, yeah. I say to my guy, sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I say to my guys all the time, I don't care if we don't win, it's not a big deal. Just learn something from it.
Exactly.
That's a great attitude to have.
But yeah, that's kind of the thing is, like, you know, war wins, they don't really mean anything anymore. So it's more about learning. Like, if you're learning and then you're putting that stuff that you've learned into place, you know, then it helps too if you've got like that really solid core that's learning and trying to help teach also. Like, you'll get there. You know, it'll happen. Like I said, in Still the Glory, I've got guys that are just insane attackers, and I learn from them every single war. And you know, that's the fun thing about being in this clan is that it's a clan full of like-minded people. So, you know, if I fail on a hog attack, they know how to clean it up. You know, and same thing if they fail on one, you know, me or somebody else knows how to clean it up now.
Well, and like you were saying, I mean, these guys are hitting and they're getting 80, 90%. It's just a little tweak and somebody can come in behind it and clean it up, no problem.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. We're going to buy around for somebody. If you got anybody you want to shout out or whatever, we're going to buy around for them. So let's start with Bryce.
All right, well, I'm going to go a little bit serious here. I don't know if you guys have seen the news this week, but there was a shooting in Oregon at Umpqua Community College, and the town it was in is Roseburg, and that's where I was born, so that hits pretty close to home. So I'll buy around for those guys, and thoughts and prayers to the whole community of Roseburg.
Oh, nice.
Nice. All right. 2K, we'll go to you next.
Oh, well, boy, I can't top that. I'm sorry, I had nothing really substantial happen to me over the course of my week. I'm going to have to give it to Jay and the clan for coming over and helping us like that. And if that was not where this was supposed to go, I apologize.
No, that's what it is. It's just basically a shout out. You want to acknowledge somebody that, you know, did something for you or whatever. So that was perfect, man. All right, JP, what about you, man?
I kind of want to give it right back to 2K. If it wasn't for those guys, you know, like I probably wouldn't even be playing the game now. I sat in that clan for a long time, you know, made friends with them. TJ, 2K, you know, like those guys you know, we went through a lot together. Like we got, you know, angry and pissed off at the game together, you know, like it made me want to grow with the game. You know, like you know, it's kind of a sad day whenever I left or everything, you know. That's kind of what makes this game great, is it does make you have those emotions whenever you decide to move on or anything. But being able to go back and do what we did, you know, like just like show some things, and then hearing that they're wanting to learn like that, it makes me feel like awesome. Like this I fucking love this game.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, PG.
Yep. Keep it edited here.
That was the only one I threw out, but I had to say it.
And I'm going to buy a round for Rancid Meat. He was very awesome this weekend. He got my last show edited and put on the podcast. So my round is going for Rancid Meat. So.
Did you see the picture that he posted online? That's exactly what I thought he would look like.
No, I didn't see that.
Or group me, sorry.
I guess a shameless plug. If anybody wants to go to my COC Prodigy Facebook page, at the very least, you'll find a very hot archer on there.
No, actually, that was the next thing. I was going to let you guys do shameless plugs, so if you got any more there, 2K, go for it.
That's all.
Okay.
Please like me.
Bryce, you got any shameless plugs on how anybody could reach you or anything?
We got lots of room in Phantom Zone 2, so if you're looking for a clan, go to Prodigy first, and then come by Phantom Zone, say hi.
And to do that, you would go to theclashfiles.com and fill out an app, or are you still taking in-game?
Yeah, you can go through the application process, but especially for Phantom Zone 2, if you swing by and drop I Believe or Fits, that will more than likely get you in without any trouble.
Okay. And JP?
I stay under the radar. I don't like promoting on Twitter.
See, I'm a shameless Twitter. Yeah, we got to keep it PG, so I'll just leave it in. I'm shameless on Twitter. So
no, but like, yeah, just you know, I'd like to thank everybody that like listens to the podcast, everyone that watches your stream, everyone that, you know, anyone that's went and watched How About a Wii stream. You know, like those are the things that helps keep us running. So, yeah, anyone that wants to check out that stuff, Halligan's YouTube, all of it.
Yeah, Halligan's got his YouTube. I've been running his stream behind in the stream, so I've actually been showing the Steal the Glory infiltration war in the background while we've been streaming this. So all that's been up there.
Nice.
So Halligan and let's not forget the Grand Poobah. I know he's wanting to start twitching, so hopefully there'll be good things coming from him pretty soon. If you want to reach me, I can be reached on Twitter at WarbladeCOC, W4RBLADECOC. I'm always trolling on Twitter, so And if you're interested in joining Steal the Glory, fill out an application on theclashfiles.com, and maybe you can be part of our next infiltration war. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I got. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, and we'll call it a night.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Take it
Thanks,
easy, guys.
everyone.
What's that? What was that, Bryce?
No, just saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were throwing something else out there or what. So,
No,
all right.
that's it. Just thanks for having me, and good to meet you, 2K, and it's a good
You
time.
too. All right, guys.
All right. And for everybody watching on Twitch,